To apply to the EIC Accelerator, there are 3 steps. Step number 1 is relatively short, so this is a short application. The entire application process is happening in an online platform. So this is not a grant application where you have to create a PDF file and then you upload the PDF file. This also exists, but just as an annex, but the main text of the application is all going to be in form fields. So step 1 is basically 3 documents. Number 1 is a form field where you have to fill out quite a few questions. And then the second thing is a video. This video can be up to 3 minutes long, full creative freedom, just present the technology, present the team. It literally can be anything. It can even be an advertisement that was shot about the product. But ideally you can see the team, you can understand the motivation, and of course see the product. Whatever the product is, if it is a manufacturing process, even if it is a software, it's always good to be able to see the product. And lastly, a pitch deck. This pitch deck is just for the purpose of being read by the evaluators. So this is not a pitch deck that is actually used for a pitch. It should be 10 pages long, 11 pages with a title slide. So let's say an 11-page pitch deck. Then step 2, this is significantly longer. Step 2 is the most time-consuming step of all of the 3 steps. So again, it's the same format. It's a very long online form. This time there are multiple annexes. So for example, a pitch deck. This pitch deck is actually the pitch deck that is going to be used in the interview if the company successfully passes step 2. And there are a lot of other annexes, for example, a freedom to operate analysis, a data management plan, as many letters of intent the company can gather. They can all be uploaded separately. And then other things like a 10-pager where a company can freely generate a PDF file with 10 pages with any material they want, and a financial spreadsheet with profit and loss and balance sheet and so on. Then if a company successfully passes step 2, they go to step 3, which is the interview. The interview is going to consist of a 10-minute pitch. So for example, the company uses the pitch deck submitted in step 2, is able to pitch that for 10 minutes to the jury, and then the jury is able to ask the company questions for 35 minutes. And then the success rates of all the steps. It generally differs from cutoff to cutoff, but generally speaking, step 1 is the easiest step. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks to prepare all the documents for step 1. I try to at least have 2 months to prepare all the documents for step 2 because it is very time consuming. And step 3, there's a fixed time period when the interviews are going to be. So for example, step 1 has no deadline. A company can apply anytime to step 1. Step 2, there's going to be specific deadlines throughout the year. Usually there's 4 deadlines, but it depends. Sometimes the deadline is cut, but let's say there are usually 3 to 4 deadlines per year. And the interviews are always going to be staged at a specific time after the step 2 deadline. So a company very often can't control how much preparation time they have. Sometimes it's very short notice where a company just has 2 weeks to prepare for the interview. Sometimes they have over a month to prepare, so it really depends. So about 3 weeks should be available to prepare for the interview. And then obviously success rates, more or less 5%. It's very hard to say because we have 3 steps and not all the statistics are published. And the whole process doesn't have to be linear. So for example, a company that has passed step 1 might not directly apply for step 2. Maybe they're going to wait a year. Maybe they're going to abandon the application. So it's very hard to say what the actual number is. But roughly step 1, 60 to 70%. Step 2, 15 to 30%. It's a bit of a big margin, but recently the step 2 success rate has been going up and the step 3 success rate has been going down. But roughly the overall success rate for the entire program is more or less 5%. Thanks for watching.